the importance of action. You can't get what you want until and unless you take action. So I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of inventors. I hear a lot of great ideas, and people are really fired up and excited when they first come in. And they've got all kinds of questions and confusion, and there's usually some kind of anxiety that gets people to book a call with an IP lawyer. And it may be good anxiety, like they're super excited about this, they think it's a game changer, and they're like really anxious to get something filed so that they can feel like they have some peace of mind and move forward. Sometimes it's more negative anxiety, like there's something that's brewing and they're afraid that they're going to get sued or something like that. But in any case, like, I would love it if people would come in just because they want to talk to me, but usually the reason people are booking a call with an IP lawyer is because there's some kind of anxiety, there's something that's uncomfortable, and it might be uncomfortable because they are really excited about a future and they don't want to lose the opportunity. So that discomfort is what gets them to take action to book the call. Then we have the call, and I'm ask them a bunch of questions, and they get to talk about their idea, and they get the whole point of that conversation is for them to get clarity and learn what the next steps are, get their confusion and get their questions answered and the confusion cleared up, and get an idea of what the next steps are. Then we end the call. They're usually feeling great, and that anxiety is somewhat relieved, and that's wonderful. The problem with that, though, what I find is that many times, despite the fact that they're all excited to move forward and like they know that this is like the next step and the next step and the next step, they don't take action. And so it's caused me to wonder, like, what is it that makes it so that someone is motivated to book a call, but then they have the call and then they are no longer motivated to move ahead. Like I'll even talk to them periodically and say, how are things going? Yeah, everything's great. I'm just like doing this, doing that. And so I wanted to do this video to just point out, like, one thing that might be going on with some people, because this would be a very human and normal thing, is that because they feel better, that it may be that they feel like they have made progress toward, like, maybe they're looking to get a patent filed, and they now can sort of visualize what it might be like to get a patent application filed and to get a patent, because we've had maybe several conversations about it, and I've sent them out a bunch of information, and they now have a sense of what that looks like, and that relieves that pressure, and they may feel safer. And the unfortunate thing is they're not safer. They're no safer than they were when they first booked the call. In fact, every month that goes on that their patent application isn't filed, they're less safe, even if they feel safer. And that's why I wanted to do this video, to just point out that you aren't any closer to that future that you want until you actually take action. And if you don't take action, that future is just as far away as it was before we ever had a conversation. And what unfortunately happens, and we see this all the time, is that we have this conversation, the plan is we'll get started on it next week, or next, and then maybe there's some things, maybe they need to talk to someone else, maybe they need to bring in a key partner, maybe they're just going to finish their write-up, and then upload it, and then they don't do that, and we follow up, and then days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and they're no closer to that future that they wanted. And so if this is resonating with any of you, I mean, it is always scary to take that first step. But the truth is, whether you feel safer or not, you're not safer. If you need a patent application filed, you need to get that patent application filed. And every day that passes, you're less safe. There's more prior art happening. Okay, so, eventually someone, that opportunity is going to be gone. Someone else might get a patent on what's essentially your invention. And then your chance is gone. With trademarks, you wait, and sometimes it's because people are waiting so that they can save up the money. We have financing, so because we really want to make sure that, you know, it's first come, first served. While you're saving up the money, someone else is getting it filed, and now you have to contend with them, which, by the way, costs a lot more money. So again, I just really want to encourage you, if there's something that's important for your business or for your life, whatever it is, even if it's not an IP thing, this applies to just life in general. You've got to take action toward the future you want, or you're not going to get the future you want. It's not going to just magically happen. And feeling better it feels good. It is likely to be making you actually less safe, because it's making you less aware that you aren't actually closer to what you want. So don't let that feeling lull you into inaction. And if you really want that better future, get started on it right away. I hope that was helpful. Catherine Cabela, IP Works Law.